Ivana and I am a professional travel vlogger. Currently I'm based in Bangalore, India, but previous to that I used to live 8 years in Amsterdam, so I know the city quite well and I want to share some knowledge with you today. Before I begin, if you would like to see more of my travel videos and food videos, click that subscribe button. Also, please do not forget the little bell icon to get the notifications. But without further ado, let's get into this ultimate Amsterdam city guide.
The next stop is Amsterdam Zuid.
You'll probably arrive at Amsterdam Schiphol, and when you arrive, the fastest and easiest way to get to Amsterdam city center is to buy a train ticket. If you buy them at the train ticket machines instead of the train ticket counter, it will be €1 cheaper. The only downside is that you can only pay with debit card or credit card. So if you have cash, you will still have to get them at the train ticket counter. I would not recommend you to take a taxi or an Uber because one, they take longer to get into the city center, and two, they are definitely way more expensive than the train. After booking your transportation to Amsterdam, your next question is probably, where should I stay in the city? Now, my first recommendation would always be the neighborhood Jordaan. It is one of the most beautiful neighborhoods in Amsterdam and it is very close to the city center. Another option would be the Pijp. It is also an old neighborhood. Albert Cuijp market is here and it is a really cool neighborhood. A little bit further from the city center but very well connected, Amsterdam South. It is a completely different side of the city and you will get a lot more of the local vibe. And another cool option is also Amsterdam East. It is a very upcoming neighborhood, a lot cheaper than most of the places in the city. So if you're looking for an Airbnb, I would definitely check out Amsterdam Oost. I would not recommend you to stay in Amsterdam North, even though it is praised for its coolness and it is very upcoming. You would have to take a ferry every time you want to get into the city or a bus, and it is just a hassle. Another place where I would not recommend you to stay is the red light district. If you like your sleep, stay away from here. After booking your accommodation, the next question you might have is, how do I get around in the city? Well, I have some really good news for you because Amsterdam is very compact. Do you see this little horseshoe U-shape? It is the city center. Everything is walkable within like 30 minutes, and that's also what the most locals do. It is really a hassle getting around by a car, so definitely don't try that. Another option might be to take the tram or the lightrail. Amsterdam is very well connected with the tram, so that's definitely a good option when your legs get tired from all the walking. Also, you can take a metro. There are 3 metro lines, and I have to say they're not that good for getting around the city center, but for like Newmarkt, you can definitely use those. Another option that the locals also use a lot is biking around. You can rent bikes for the whole day. I think it's about €20. Just be careful. Amsterdam people are very, very nice, but when it comes down to tourists being in their cycler lanes, oh my goodness, they can be so rude. So just please be careful. Otherwise than that, I would say this is an absolute must-do when you're in Amsterdam. Now let's talk about food. What and where should you eat in the city? One place that you absolutely cannot miss is the Febo. You can get the Dutch fries there, but also a very famous Dutch snack, the croquette. The Febo also has the famous fast food vending machines. I've made a separate Febo tour, which I linked down in the description below. Make sure not to miss this place. For the people with a sweet tooth, you cannot miss eating a tompoes. It is very hard to eat. The best ones are at the Hema. I also made a Hema tour, but you can also get them at the Albert Heijn. There's also an Albert Heijn tour linked down in the description below. Another awesome thing for you to try in Amsterdam are these cute little puffy mini pancakes called Poffertjes. These are so delicious. Make sure to try them. One final food option I would definitely recommend you is Surinamese food. Suriname is a former colony of the Netherlands and they have their own specific cuisine. You can only eat it in the Netherlands or Suriname and it is absolutely delicious. Now, there are many restaurants in the city, so I'm just going to recommend you some streets with lots of good restaurants. In the city center, Reguliersdwarsstraat is a street where you can find many good restaurants. The Reguliersdwarsstraat is right next to Rembrandt Square, and so is the other option with good restaurants in the city center. The Utrechtsestraat is just around the corner from Rembrandt Square, and you'll find good restaurants here, which are not like your usual tourist restaurants. In the Jordaan area or the Jordan area, I would highly recommend you to take a look at the Westerstraat. There are many good restaurants there, and you will definitely find something good to eat. Even though the weather is sometimes horrible, so please do plan for that. Amsterdam is an absolutely stunning city. So the first thing that I would recommend you when you ask me like what should I see in the city is to walk around in the Jordaan neighborhood. The Jordaan is usually what you see in all of the Amsterdam pictures, and in the area there are also a lot of cute places to sit and have a coffee. Yes, an actual coffee. There are also obviously coffee shops, and those are the places where you can get the famous weed, but that's not really my jam. Not that I'm judging, I totally understand. It's very interesting for tourists. Another neighborhood where you can definitely find this is the red light district, and I can tell you the red light district is definitely as interesting during the day as it is during the night. So make sure not to skip this. Just walk around here and you will see a lot of interesting things. Obviously, the girls are there. Please do not take pictures of them. They will get very angry usually. But next to the girls and the coffee shops, the two things this neighborhood is most famous for, there are definitely also a lot of other fun things to see. Like it's just a beautiful neighborhood. One thing that you should absolutely not miss here is the narrowest street in Amsterdam. Obviously, you shouldn't do this if you're claustrophobic, but otherwise, it is definitely a fun experience. Because it's so narrow, this street is very easy to miss. So if you want specific instructions, I have a walking tour in the red light district linked down in the description below. Even though the boat tours through the canals are very popular, I'm not sure if I would recommend it. So just take this into consideration. They do give amazing historical information, but at the same time, the canals are so low and you're missing a lot of the beauty in the streets. One place that I would definitely recommend is the Anne Frank Museum. Now, the lines get ridiculously long. I am talking about 2 to 3 hour waiting times. So please get your tickets online in advance and skip the line. Another great museum, which is fantastic for a rainy day in Amsterdam, is the Rijksmuseum. It is very underrated, in my opinion. You can also cycle underneath it, and they have beautiful gardens. But from the inside, you can find a lot of works from Rembrandt and the Dutch masters. Make sure not to miss this museum as it is beautiful. A great modern option for a rainy day would be to go see a movie in 4D at the Pathé movie theater. There we go, the 4D experience. So this is what you can experience: lightning, movement of the chairs, scent, wind, snow, and rain. A final thing that I feel you must see in Amsterdam is the Begijnhof. It is a secret garden in the middle of the city center. It has beautiful buildings on the inside. I lived in the city for many years before I discovered this, so definitely do not miss it. Obviously, you can also go shopping in Amsterdam, and if you're wondering where should I shop, well, there are three options. If you want to go for high street shopping, just walk straight from Amsterdam Central Station and take any street to the right. It will bring you to the Nieuwe Dijk, and from there you can just go straight, shop till you drop until you reach Dam Square, cross Dam Square, go into the Poffertjes, and at the end of the Poffertjes, go to the right where you will reach Leidsestraat. Trust me, you can shop here for days and find all of the high street labels. One shop you should definitely not miss is the HEMA. The HEMA is located at the beginning of the Nieuwe Dijk. They have fantastic stationery, but actually they offer anything from baby clothes up to makeup. It is a phenomenal shop, and if you would like to see a tour, I have that link down in the description below. For more independent labels and a little bit of vintage shopping, you should definitely go to the Negen Straatjes area. you can find some really, really cool shops here, and it's also a beautiful neighborhood to stroll through. For luxury shopping, I would definitely recommend you to go to the Bijenkorf. You can find the big labels here like Louis Vuitton and Gucci, and also the PC Hoofdstraat is a good option. A really cool market for anything and everything is the Albert Cuijp market. It is the biggest open air market in Europe, and it is a really fun market to stroll through. Amsterdam is a legendary party city, and there are definitely some amazing parties. But if you're there in summer, you must go to a music festival. During the summer, there's a music festival every single day of the weekend. They're usually a little bit outside of the city, but totally worth the experience. If you want to go to clubs, there are plenty of them at Rembrandt Square and Heinekenplein. For the bars, you can also check out the Utrechtsestraat and Heinekenplein. If you prefer to just have a cocktail, I would always recommend Sky Lounge. It has the best view in the city. It is at the DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel next to Central Station. And also, I would definitely recommend Bar 5 and 33 in the Art Hotel. It is a 10-minute distance walk from Amsterdam Central Station, and they have good cocktails as well. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you would like to see more of my videos, click that subscribe button. And please also do not forget the little bell icon, otherwise you might not get the notifications. Thank you so much for watching, and have fun in Amsterdam if you're going. Bye!